The region is looking at ways to become more competitive in the ever-changing global landscape, but the nation's prime minister is noting that if the region can't crack the back of crime, any effort would be wasted. Good evening, everyone. I'm Keishla Adderley.
And I'm Charisma Robinson. The prime minister was addressing what has been called the premier events on Jamaica's business calendar, sponsored by that country's stock exchange. And as Opal Roach tells us, he looked at ways to expand beyond traditional boundaries and helping to grow the entire region.
Regional financial minds and other experts came together in Jamaica to look at ways to improve the financial services sector. The group of professionals zeroed in on competitiveness and exploring new markets at a time when economies are still reeling from the financial crisis. But as countries regroup and overcome this hurdle, Prime Minister the Right Honorable Perry Christie, who delivered the keynote address at the Jamaica Stock Exchange Investments and Capital Markets Conference, told the experts that their efforts will be in vain if Caribbean countries don't get crime under control.
The issue of crime is of acute concern to all of our countries. We must also acknowledge that we must come up with bold, innovative strategies to combat the scourge of crime, the fear of crime, to combat terrorism and illegal migration in all of our countries in the region. The negativity of crime will surely cause us to lose out all around if it is perceived that our cities and our communities are unsafe to citizens, to tourists, and investors alike. This holds true not only for our tourism industry, but for the financial services and investment sectors as well.
And as they address the issue of crime while positioning the region in the international arena, another area of concern in building stronger economies is youth unemployment. Mr. Christie warned that failure to address this will be to the region's peril.
We don't need to know that the way terrorism now works is to take advantage of people who are unemployed and whose level of despair has reached a point where they have very little hope or no hope at all. And we cannot ignore that. We must not ignore it. We have to take advantage of the thinking power of our region. We have to have our region focus on the ills of our region. And the ills of our region are the young people of our region. And what are we going to do about them?
Now, the conference theme also focused on reaching beyond traditional boundaries. And in doing so, the country's leaders said that regional governments must give attention to those at the bottom of the ladder as much as they do to those at the top.
When we speak about economies, when we speak about making it right for those who are trained at university and those who could understand the stock exchange, there are a body of people in our country that have a fundamental right to participate in the equity of the country. And our humanity will be judged on that. And as we make progress, as we speak to progress, as we speak to economic development, we must not lose sight of this fundamental obligation we have as a region to pay attention to the least of our brethren.
The Prime Minister then encouraged regional delegates attending the Investments and Capital Markets Conference to think globally and act locally in developing strategies which will improve the well-being of the Caribbean. In Kingston, Jamaica, I'm Opal Roach, ZNS Network News.